go back and get a shitload of dust.
Surprise heist jump scare. Ah! What's up, guys? How we doing tonight? My hair is, oh god, it is all over the place. And I got most of the way clean with my trucker shower in the sink at the museum today, but we're firing up 20 for Polar Express later this week, doing a bunch of steam tests tomorrow with it. So I was on the engine all day, and yeah, got a little bit a little dirty and a little hair messed up and everything. So but I've got a limited amount of time to stream tonight between now and our weekly Century of Steam meeting. So we will get there.
63-25.
No, stop it! How? How did you know? How did he know? How did he know? God! 63-25. Return to Steam. Covers my foot going up Jersey's ass. All right. Anyways. Whoa.
Zinger.
So we got a short amount of time to stream tonight, so we're going to try and do something. What? I'm not sure. I kind of want to fill in a gap or do the pilot. But I got to get these top chats first. Of course, Evil Me, thank you for gifting 20 memberships right off the running there. I made sure to put Stream Elements on the start and be right back screen so you could still get the memes, even if I wasn't ready for it. And then as an engineer for 10 months, a membership for you and a membership for you. Everyone needs a membership. Yeah, but I mean, I would be okay with that. Just literally everyone, like 8 billion people in the world. We could build the UN Articulated if everyone had a membership. It's fine. That's how that works, I think. The economy would truly be broken then. Should be fine. Member for 3 months is a brakeman. Hello. It should be fine. Jordan Freeman, conductor for 8 months. Enjoying my December issue of Model Railroader and Trains magazine, which featured behind the scenes of Polar Express. Polar. Oh, boy. Glenn Holland, sitting in DFW waiting on a work flight to Mexico the day after my brother's wedding. Quite a way to spend a birthday. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Cheers to you keeping new build Steam alive. Hope you're well. I'm doing well. And last you heard JSJ Inc. Welcome to the Fireman. Thank you for upgrading. Without further ado, what do we want to work on today? I was kind of thinking...
Could you do a smokebox door?
We could do a smokebox door. Smokebox door would be a good one. The base of the stack might be a good one.
That would, yeah.
Smokebox door might be easier.
I know you're on a time
I'm
crunch,
on a time crunch. I've
'cause-
got an hour
Oh, look,
and
it's
20
the
minutes.
boss. The boss is here.
The boss is here. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm in danger. Yeah. Let's see. What is it? I don't have the proper front view over here. Although we could add a part and then we could sketch it on this and then just put it in the right spot.
Seems like a fairly easy thing.
It seems like a fairly easy thing. And then it's got... She had the Baldwin star originally, I guess. There's a later picture of her with a round plate that says number 1, but the plate's going to be different. The plate will mount to the center of the smokebox door, but that would be a... yeah, let's do that. That would be a nice thing to make the front of the train less look like a hole, and it'll make people forget that the boiler is in no way, shape, or form done.
Yeah,
So.
and the next time you got to do the base of the stack, and then it'll look like
But
kind of a train.
Mostly a train, yeah. Southern Pacific AC9, when next DX Cord TF2 night, always fun to do. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Adam K, hello, Heis. I don't know what else to put. Well, hello. Thank you, friend. Chesty Fan 5940, hello, Heis. Hope you've been having a great day. I've spent all day on a steam engine, so even if we didn't go anywhere, still a very good day. BNO7611, yikes, your guys' Polar season starts this week. Yeah, on Friday. You've got till the 18th for your season to start here.
Oh,
We can only do so many trips per night, and with Denver right next to us, it's really easy to get a fair amount of folks on board, literally. So, I mean, shoot, we do 14,000 plus tickets. So
Somebody had asked how much the tickets cost.
they're expensive. We have one of the most expensive
expensive?
Polars.
Give me numbers.
I think they're $80 a seat to start.
Woof! Jesus.
And then $100 a seat for the premium class, I think. And you have to buy a table of 4, I want to say. Obviously, you can check out the museum's website, and that'll know for sure. But it sells out every year. And our experience, I mean, we say it's really expensive, but our experience is kind of... I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen other Polars in person like I've seen ours, but from what I've heard from people's reviews and things, our experience is one of the best ones. The stage show and the amount of production and theatrics that goes into it is kind of absurd. So most people say it's worth the price. So anyway,
Someone's asking you to explain the context of the 6325 Return to Steam joke.
6325 Return to Steam covers former Grand Trunk Western for
I can recite the whole thing for you.
Not necessary. Thank you. Anyway, I don't think anyone knows. I don't even know if Jersey knows.
Yeah, no, it just kind of happened.
All right. Part 1. Class 25. Smokebox door.
I just want to say it's weird that y'all change your time.
How does it feel to live in the one state that makes sense? In only that one way. In only that one way. Because in the summer, your trash cans
weird.
melt!
It feels weird, and you know why?
Why?
Because all the rest of you are wrong, and then I have to change my time anyways.
That is...
I just have to add or minus 1 hour.
That is
depending on the
fair.
time of year. So I'm either in line with you or with Tristan.
Yep. Madness.
And now I'm confused because I
Madness?
thought we had a meeting in 15 minutes, but no, it's an hour and 15 minutes
Don't
because
drag
daylight
me into
savings
this.
happened.
Figure out where you are.
You're on the West Coast. You were there to start with.
I'm not responsible for this time zone.
I'm glad. JSJ Inc. Yeah, half a year, yay. Thank you, friend. Northwesterner, oh boy, 10 months. Pour one out who are about to endure polar but can't drink yet. F. BTW, how about the cab doors? We need the front of the cab at some point too. That's going to be more work than we have time for today, unfortunately, I think. Court Qatar. Brakeman for 10 months. Driver's greetings across the big-ish pond. It's a pretty big pond. There's a pretty big town in between too, or town, country, whatever it's called. One of those Chrysler products. Yearly Gymnast 98. Good old Monty Monday. I have but one query. When in general is the bell used on locomotives? And also you're drawing the vacuum turbine you talked about. Well, that sounds fun. Bell is usually signifying motion is about to start. So 2 whistles. And then bell happens. And then also while you're going through a station, it's pretty common to have the bell ringing if you're not stopping going through the crossing. It's a supplementary warning. Yes,
That wasn't me. I have to clarify that I'm not being the villain.
Something tells me it was a man named Mick. You know what? 2 feet seems like a really nice size for that. Don't you think? RJ Stanland, today's your birthday. Happy birthday, friend. Okay. Does she have a flat door? Or is it curved? Or we're gonna have to look at pictures.
It's curved.
This. I've got the surviving Brownsville engine pulled up. The cousin, the distant 42-inch gauge cousin. It's mostly the same, and at least in the front end. But that's not helpful. Let me pull up Zoomy
What is
boy.
this? I've never seen that engine before.
Oh, you haven't seen that engine?
No.
This is a weird little 242 built in the same year. Baldwin as well. It's in the Brownsville Children's Museum and at the very southern tip of Texas, basically.
Where's the tender?
It's just the engine. And it is a 242, and it's got the same pilot setup and weird smoke box, saddle, everything as the Zoomy boy. I think the boiler is the same diameter. And it's a 242 instead of a 240, and it's 42-inch gauge. But a lot of the features are actually the same as the Montezuma. So,
looks like the boiler rides higher.
It might. Yeah, actually, I think you're right. It probably does.
You could probably count the bolts on the saddle or whatever the hell you call that.
Probably.
Exactly,
Yeah, I mean, it's still technically a saddle, despite it all kind of being one, I think. So.
Yeah. That would make sense.
We have so many conversations in this channel, and I gotta scroll for the pictures. Are they
question for the stream chat while Mark's doing work. Does anyone, like any Dollywood foamer out there, know what the box is that they just attached to the underside of the smoke box on those engines?
It's just weight.
'Cause
It's full of weights. That's what somebody asked, and that got answered on the
Really?
stream before. Yeah. It must be heavier, apparently.
we gotta make it heavier. It's slipping too much.
That is the wrong angle to look at that. Okay. Mason can tell. Y'all have an ad on the roof of a car at the museum. Yeah, it was a tarp that was basically free because it used to be an ad, and it's saving the roof of the 307. There's no pixels in that image. That was the one I was hoping would have pixels.
I can almost guarantee you it's a round door or whatever you call it. I don't know. Plate shaped. It's shaped like a plate.
I don't
Right.
think it's square, Jersey. So
What the hell's going on with Utte's later plate?
It's like a later Baldwin front end.
It's hard to say.
Here, hold on. Let me check them. Oh, that doesn't help. Mine's got the early front end.
The Fletcher drawing shows what looks like a very slight... It's hard to say if it's even curved because it's just pixels.
Certainly seems to
Hello! Brett,
No.
would this thing have just a flat plate front, or would it have a rounded door for the smoke box door?
Possible that it's just a plate. What does the Tejas 42-inch gauge weird engine have?
I wish I had more pixels or a different shot.
Hold on. Zoom
What is
in on
that engine? Like, what can I Google to find this thing?
Brownsville
you can-
Historic Museum.
You can
steam
see
engine.
the way that the light's reflecting on it. That's a rounded front end.
I agree with Jersey.
I think you're probably right.
I agree. Look at the builder's photo. Oh, I've never actually zoomed in close enough on the builder's photo. You can see the Baldwin star on the number plate.
I've got the wrong builder's photo then. Which
There
builder's
are
photo are
two
you
on the
looking at?
DPL. I'll shoot it to you. Hang on.
Send me the other one. Yup, it's Aiden. What's up, Heist? This is Guys. Working on a Create Mod add-on that adds accurate locomotive railroading equipment within Minecraft Synthetics, and your Railroad 101 series has been very helpful. Your work is phenomenal, man. Well, thank you. I'm glad. And that sounds cool. We're actually talking about starting some Minecraft-type shenanigans very soon. Mick, if you want to plug that at all.
Wait, there's Minecraft?
We've already, the create mod stuff that we've been working on, Jersey. We're
Oh.
well aware of this. We
Oh,
already
yeah, right.
we already bothered the engineers and firemen for their Minecraft usernames to kind of, I guess, RSVP. We're gonna hopefully have it open sometime, starting for engineers and firemen sometime.
Oh, that's a
mid-November.
rounded door if I've
Oh,
ever
that,
seen
that
one.
is
Sorry.
1,000% a rounded door.
Probably
Mark, check.
maybe mid-December we'll get it open to the public. We'll see.
I gotta hop off in a second, but check VC text. You could see a similar. You're a locomotive from Baldwin, similar size, similar smoke box door. Like it is. You can see the shape of it in profile pretty well.
Right, it's kind of
Oh.
recurved. It's kind of like a very slight S.
That might be something else. That's Baldwin had a few types of front ends, if I'm remembering correctly. They had like a conical one too.
Right,
seems
but
to be what that is.
this is that locomotive you were just looking at. The 242 that's
242?
in Brownsville, I think, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's that.
That's that. is my
Oh.
understanding.
Where's
I'm
the
thinking
tender?
that-
That's where the tender is.
Oh, there's just no tender.
They rebuilt it as a tender engine at some point.
Wacky. Okay.
If I were venturing to guess, because the front end on it right now doesn't look like that. The curve looks way.
It's impossible
slighter.
to tell
well,
without
yeah.
more pixels.
And also,
Yeah.
Ute is like a modified design. It has a slightly different valve stem with the weird little arch curve in it. It has
Zuma had that
a
at one
different-
point too, though.
They
They did that to all of them.
Must be a replacement door then, but
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ute's door is a replacement door. Yeah, see, here's
Ute had-
Zuma.
mind you, Ute had a replacement cab, a replacement stack, different dome covers, a different smoke box door. It got a different tender at one point.
Got a lot of stuff. Here's the hoop-de-doo. Oh, and Brett, I was oh god,
And the tender
economy's being
pedestals
broken.
that still drive me nuts.
Brett, things to think about. I know that you said you shrunk the cistern a little bit for the main res to be big enough on the tender.
Yeah.
Jeff brought up a good point today when we were talking, because the DNS found a main reservoir from something in the frickin' canyon in the river today, apparently, while doing some sort of MOW. It's just like, that's an air tank. What the hell's this from? And Jeff was talking about how it's proportioned like the second main res that is under the fireman's side of the 315. And so we could have two reses. You could have one on the tender, and you could have one under the fireman's side, like the where the pump's underneath. If we don't meet the volume requirement.
Yeah,
just
that's a
do what
good
South
point.
Park did and just stack a smaller one on top of the first one.
There you go. I always thought that was so goofy looking.
Smidge
What
goofy
inspired
looking.
you to put a second air tank right next to the first one?
Is there air?
No, there is no air.
Okay, I need to start drawing this, but I have several top chats that have occurred in the past couple of minutes here. NEA Farm Kid, a fireman for 12 months, Gold Lantern. been a great year. Here's to many more. Thank you, friend. Philip R. Hi, Heist. Your vids help me get back into trains. This week you're starting volunteering at the Oregon and Rail Heritage Museum. Yay! Good. Do the thing.
Say hi to Doyle.
Say hi to Doyle. Yeah, so working on the locomotives.
And head on the main, please.
Yeah, please, just take it out.
Just
Do the
once.
thing.
Just once.
Hopefully getting to do some CAD eventually. Awesome. Rex Anger. Hail, Birdman. Saw your video of Dusty cutting out the slack over the weekend, and I commiserate. Please make sure he gets some Buffalo Trace from this for his trouble, and get yourself some sipping stuff while you're at it too. Well, thank you. I shall purchase Dusty some whiskey. Me, myself, and I, however, I think I'm done with the spicy beverages, me personally. I've had too many an unfortunate experience with it, especially lately, so I'm going to take a very long break, and the very long break may last the rest of my life. We shall see. It is subtracting too much from my life and not adding enough. So, anyway, I appreciate you, friend. But I shall buy a Dusty whiskey, because Dusty enjoys his whiskey, so thank you. Baxterville, a brakeman for 1 month. Hey, Heist just found out this existed. Well, here you go. Here we are. Thank you. And Nicholas Downs, upgrading to an ES&D engineer. Why, thank you, friend. That's a good tier. I appreciate you. Make sure you check out all the fun stuff in Discord and come hang out with us. Corey Gibson, yay, a Lori stream and a Heist stream on the same day. Woot. Yeah, it's not too common, because Lori doesn't stream near as often as I do, I don't think. So...
Did you see that terrible live steamer that he did the video on?
Was it like the little weird model engine thing?
The stationary thing, and it had no safety valve.
Yeah,
And,
I did see
yeah.
that. That was goofy. You know what? I don't want this sketch, actually. I need to do a revolved profile if we're going to have that curve here. So, let's see. Let us rotate around this way. We'll sketch on the right plane then, and we'll try and match that that profile here. Sketch. Okay. Can I mirror this image? With a little technology called Microsoft Paint. Pow. Flip horizontal. There we go. Beautiful. And then we will just grab this real quick. I just need that piece of it. We'll put that there. And then we just simply hide this other junk right here. We bring out desk pins, which is the best app ever. If you're not hip to desk pins, you should get hip to desk pins. Although when SolidWorks' rotate command is just junk, it doesn't help, but that's okay. Okay, we want to go right plane. We're already sketching on it. Okay. So we want to make basically a 24-inch circle on the smoke box here. And I won't say coincident with that other point yet, because I don't know exactly. I don't want it to line up kind of stupid. So we know it's 24-inch from that first sketch we did. And we will stop at measuring things, and we will drag that up. I think we made the other one be 22-inch, so we'll space that off at 1 inch and just double check it. Yep, okay, so our hole is 22-inch and our door is 24. Gives us 1 inch for gasketing. Awesome. We drew a line, and there's more top chats coming in, so let me grab these. Rex Anger, on the subject of smokebox doors, an appropriately sized plow disc makes a surprisingly effective curved door. How do I know? Your little dude here on Perth has one. Might save on castings. That's awesome. We'll have to keep that in mind. Thank you, friend. MO Person, you've shared some interesting smokebox doors in the Engine Crew chat Discord. I will check them after stream because we are on limited time today. ETW Gaming, welcome to the ES&D Engineers. Thank you. And Blendpine Excess, YouTube stole a super chat from me. How dare they? How dare they do that?
Are smokebox doors typically cast?
Typically, yeah.
typically kind of goes out the window when you start looking at stuff pre, like, 1875-ish.
Yeah, that's
But yes, generally.
Peaches has a piece of plate because the Grand didn't give a fuck, but...
Because Rio Grande.
Yeah.
But she then has a casting bolted to the back of the plate for the sacrificial cinder exploder thing.
Yeah. The baffler.
Baffling, isn't it?
It is baffling. Okay. And then we just do a little curve, and then we do a little thing, and I need to put a center line in that. That's what I need to do. Go away. Sky Downing, you're curious, what do I know about the North Pacific Coast 18? Is that the big fuck-off drivered 10-wheeler?
No, I don't think so.
If it is, no, that's 20. North Pacific Coast 20 is the one that's got the big fuck-off drivers. Yeah, no, so then I don't know much about it then. All right, we'll just do that.
Pacific Coast. Oh no, 18 is the big, huge one.
Oh, is it? Okay. I don't know much about it. I know that they apparently had like 54-inch drivers and then decided, no, that's not enough speeds. And they upgraded to like 55s, I think.
Yes.
So I think that's kind of what's going on here.
That's a fun engine.
Okay, God, how much of a hump do we think that is? Like 2 inches? If I put it at 2 inches there, oh God. And then this one, I don't know, maybe a quarter-inch thickness at the edge of the door. That seems reasonable.
Hey, can you pull up the... Do you have the pictures of Montezuma? Can you send them in, like, MOWVC? Text there? I want to look at something.
Sure. That's Ute. Here's Montezuma. Here is Montezuma as-built. Here's that other as-built's not helpful. And here's Brownsville engine, modern day. Need to go crawl all over that thing one of these days. Need to shoot him a message and be like, hey.
Okay, so I can tell you right off the bat, the Brownsville engine has no S-bend in it on that door. That door is round like these broad tops. Just all the way. Oh my God. Big thing.
I forgot how loud I made that. Oh lordy, let me go through these top chats now because we've been assaulted by birds. The Schnebs. In regards to putting coal in the hole with Montezuma, do you still use a shovel or you just toss lumps in one by one? Sorry if this joke has been made before. I don't know if it's been made before, but I was tossing lumps in one by hand on 20 earlier today, and 20's firebox is approximately twice the size of Montezuma's. You'll still use a shovel, but it might be a garden trowel.
It'll be a very lethal shovel.
Very lethal shovel. Or you could probably fire it with one of those Japanese-style shovels and just use one hand. Like
I want to fire it with a frying pan.
That would be a meme. ETW Gaming with up. This is called friendship. Why, thank you. And William Grantham being the one to spawn the chain of birds. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated.
Actually, regarding the shovel comment, no, you don't use a shovel. You use a firing valve.
Well, yeah, it depends. We're gonna design for both. And then hopefully make it so we can do both, but yeah.
If we have to pick one, we know which one we're going to have to pick.
That is true. That is the unfortunate truth, but Chess Livier, if we want to play at the Durango and Silverton.
Yeah.
The economy. Ow! I think Jersey might be right with the way the light's refracting on the builder's photo. I think it's just...
I'm looking at it.
I think it's just a curved
might have
piece.
It might have an S-bend, but if it does, it is very small. Because I'm looking at it, because the 242 is much more exaggerated in that almost conical kind of protrusion from the middle.
I think what we'll do then is I will just make it a Let me get rid of those. Rex, thank you for the 10 memberships. So I just gotta go back and get a shitload of dimes. I don't know why it said that one for Evil Mees earlier. Evil Mees should have given badges, but Stream Elements is a little confused.
Is the threshold 20 or 25?
It is 20 because that's when that's what YouTube can
Ooh,
do.
20.
What would a
Pull over-
hybrid coal? Oh, you
Coal
got
oil
that
firebox. Yeah, exactly. It would have a blank out place for the burner, so you could blank the burner out. It would. Oh, I need to make that vertical. You'd have to insert and remove fire brick for when you run oil instead of coal, and you'd insert and remove grates.
It's not really a variable firebox, so to speak. It's more like the engine goes into the shop, and in a week's worth of work, you can have it converted from one to the other.
Exactly.
It's not like you can, run it one day on coal and then be like, oh shit, drop the oil tank in it. We want to do oil the next day.
Yeah, it's not like the 19 during Emperor of the North where we are
Right. Bailing coal into the oil fire.
Because that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, so that's tangent now. 2 inches might be way too much, actually.
I'd buy 2. Well, I
With
guess it
no
depends what you
grates.
reference to.
With no grates for an oil burner, is it just a different kind of plate to let air in still? Or?
No, you have the basic. You'd have to design the ash pan to dual as the fire pan. So you'd just keep the hopper doors shut, and then you'd have to design it for airflow like it was an oil fire pan. TrueNub Gaming, here's money for a beer. Thank you, friend. Can't wait to see the Zuma zooming. Yeah, one of these days.
Does it have a sloped mud ring? Have we established that?
I think it's just flat.
Okay.
I don't think there's any way to tell either because it's inside the frame.
Right. Well, I'm looking at the builder's photo. There's a weird thumbprint or shadow or something on the print, and it almost looked like a sloped one, but that doesn't make much sense in my mind.
No.
I guess I could also be looking at the ash pan if it isn't just a smudge. Oh,
You should
whatever.
check MOWVC text when you get a chance.
Oh, poor
There's too
Dan.
many.
Anonymous, notice your headset has seen better days. It has. I have 3 more pairs of these that are basically brand new downstairs, and I just never remember to grab a pair. And the speakers themselves are doing pretty well. It's just the leather that's coming off. So I should probably swap out pairs, but thank you. I appreciate you. Okay.
You know what's pissing me off?
What?
I'll tell you what's pissing me off. I'm blaming Twitchy for it, but it's my own damn fault. I am all of a sudden, like, you know me. You know that I, like, fixate on certain, like, railroads and shit.
No, not Jersey.
No, not me.
Grand trunk.
Yeah, now I'm doing like deep dive research on Canadian Pacific, and I'm blaming Twitchy even though it's not his fault.
Well, he is the resident Canadian.
He's the resident Canadian. So
It's obviously his fault.
It's obviously his fault.
Would you like some poutine with that Canadian Pacific?
God. What an inconsiderate guy, you know?
How dare he?
Making me want to research that stupid railroad and all of its cool steam and
Right, mirror about there, pow. Actually, I don't need to mirror it if I'm doing a revolved profile. Right. Oh, but I do need to close the profile though. I do need to do that.
Nice one.
Conk. Vicious E3, welcome to the Fireman. Thank you. Go check out the fireman only content. There's a new video that was only for firemen and above. It came out Sunday, related to today's video. The whole video. Okay. Features, and then we do a swept boss base. And we pick a sketch profile, which will be... Oh. Can we just grab the sketch, edit the sketch, then do a swept boss from that?
It does scare me a little bit how much they modified Montezuma in its relatively short lifetime.
They did quite a lot in what, 17 years? Yeah.
Did it last 17 years?
Yeah, it lasted till 1888. Which I think is... oh, I wanted a revolved boss base. Oh. Oopsie. SolidWorks, what are you doing? Cease. Axis of Revolution. That one. That one. That one. 360 degrees. Pow. Dome. Okay. Yeah. 1888 was when they standard gauged the line, or maybe it was they dual gauged. I'll have to relook at the thing that Mainline and Josh have been working on for me. They either dual gauged or standard gauged the line between Denver and Pueblo in 1888, and that was when they binned all the 242s or 240s. Except, of course, Ute. They sold Ute off at that point, I think.
Well, I mean, I think the Montezuma was leased to another railroad as well during a lot of that 13 years or 17 years.
That's probably true because that happened to Ute as well.
I can't remember if that's true of Zumi or not. Let me check real quick. Ute and at least one other were. I can't remember if she was one of the others.
All right. I mean, that looks... What do we think, Brett? What do we think about that profile for door? 1/4 inch thickness at the base, little fillet.
Waiting for the stream to catch up so I can see it.
Oh. Basically a 6-inch circle that makes up the... Or maybe
that
it's
looks
an
about right.
Circle. That's going to hide behind a big shiny thing anyway.
Yeah, it's not really a character piece of the locomotive, so to speak.
No. It's just
I think close enough as, it'll suffice on something like that. We're going to have to figure out what we want to do for baffles and how we actually want to make that too. I guess there's nothing saying it has to have a curve on the inside. I guess it could just be a giant pan-shaped casting, huh?
That's how I did it.
Yeah, I was working from the mindset of like 20's door or 346's door, where it's consistent thickness, so the inside is also curved. But there's not really reason to do that, I suppose. Besides wanting to save material, and it would just make the casting impossibly hard.
It would make the casting a lot harder, but it would make the smokebox interior a little bigger, which might do a thing for a draft or something. Shrug.
I don't know. Zuma, there aren't any notes about it being leased. Ute was leased to the DL and NW, which we've talked about. And then Del Norte was leased to the Denver Circle Railroad for a time.
Denver Circle? Huh.
Yeah, it was somewhere between a railroad and an interurban and a trolley. It ran on the streets in the southern part of Denver, but it was still all steam powered at that point. It didn't last terribly long. There is, to my knowledge, only one piece of equipment that survives from it, and it is mostly a living room, so...
Fletcher's drawing has the goddamn smokebox door on the wrong side. Oh, I'm looking at the drawing backwards. Never mind. I'm like, how did he get that detail wrong? And then realized that the text is mirrored.
What is the Enderga and Ori Ire Denver? No.
Guys, we're making the Amusitanum. Amusitanum.
You don't smell toast, right?
It's one
Feeling
on
good?
04 to 52 Ednarg. Ednarg or
Ednarg.
Stay with us,
Revned.
Mark. Go away from the light. Do you smell toast?
No. No toast.
Looking at the roster, I've never noticed what Rear Grand number 2 was named. Number 3 was Shawano.
Number 2 is Tabawachi.
Tabiwachi.
Tabawachi with a hyphen in it.
I've never seen Tabiwachi before. That's amazing.
It's a wee bit silly.
Brett, which one did you say was leased to the Denver, Utah Pacific?
None of them went to the Denver, Utah Pacific. Ute went to the Denver, Longmont, and Northwestern from 81 to 84, and Del Norte, which was number 7, went to the Denver Circle for a couple of years. Or no, for just under a year, sorry.
Huh.
In which, if I had to... It's a wild-ass guess that really doesn't have any basis in research, so take it with a grain of salt. If I had to guess what it was doing on the Denver Circle, it was probably switching the coach yard at Denver Union.
Fun.
Or what amalgam of Denver Union there was at that point.
Something that I've still been researching from time to time, and maybe someone in chat or someone in the Discord server can help me, is trying to determine exactly which locomotive was the first 3-foot narrow gauge steam engine built for use. And so far, this is Montezuma is the earliest one I can find, and I'm almost 100% sure I'm wrong.
Yeah, that feels wrong.
That does feel wrong.
1.5 by 12 maybe for the door handle, and they come off the door about 2.5 inches. True Noob Gaming, heading off. Have a good night, and remember, for the grander good. The grander good.
Grander good.
That grander good.
God help me.
Shut it!
Okay. 1.5 and 12. And then we want to have that guy be... Oh, God. Why does it make me do math like this? It's going to be 12 plus the 2.5. What?
How dare you?
How dare
My
it?
worst nightmare. Basic arithmetic. How very fucking dare you, sir?
How dare you? Yes. Math scares everyone. Okay.
Yeah, work really wants me to do the FE, and I'm like, not afraid of it, I just kind of don't want to.
Brett, I studied twice for about 2 hours each session for the FE. And I passed the FE after being out of college for 5 years.
You did it 5 years out?
I did. I did.
Oh, I thought you did it like the year after you graduated.
No, God no, Brett. I did it in fucking 2021.
Well, then with what basis were you shouting at me to take it immediately after college with?
Because that's what they say that you should do.
Clearly not.
Clearly not. Apparently, if you're, I just can't. I cannot recommend having the panic attack of being told to do heat transfer equations when you failed a heat transfer test because of your manipulative ex-boss.
Yeah.
I can't recommend that part.
I mean, that's fair. I'm not afraid of it. It's just like I really don't care.
That's an entire fucking Saturday that you get to lose.
I know. It's like, oh my god. I took today off for mental health already. It's like, great. That's not what I want to do. For those, somebody was asking in chat, FE, the FE is the Fundamentals of Engineering exam. It's something you take after you graduate in engineering. A lot of A lot of jobs want to see that you've done it. It is a prerequisite for earning your professional engineering license, so you can like sign off on bridges and shit.
Is importante,
Bridge.
especially for civil engineer type people.
Bridge.
No comment.
I know I just killed Brett by saying that, but
Bridge.
Mick,
let's
we're not
see.
in the car anymore. Calm down.
how thick do we want these bars to be?
Chunky!
3/4?
I don't have the... Oh, there's the ruler that sits on my desk for
Half
quick
inch?
math reference.
1/2 inch.
Jersey, have you ever been around a racetrack?
3/4.
3/4?
3/4.
Have I ever been what?
Every...
Around a racetrack at speed.
I don't know. BNSF racetrack count?
Okay, clearly not.
Every time I've come up to a questioned dimension on Zuma, I've just gone with the thicker one because Locomotive.
Seems pretty accurate. I think they need to be spaced off the door further than that, though. Because I have them on a 1/4 offset. I want to do them on a 1/2 inch offset. Would these be cast into the door? These wouldn't be cast into the
Yeah.
door. Would they?
On later engines, they are.
Oh, okay.
Dang it, Brett.
What?
The guy. Yeah, okay. You saw it too?
That's my job, Brett.
That's...
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
Well, I'm gonna do that too.
Oh, man.
What is
There's
this?
a guy that
somebody-
said something
somebody
very
being stupid
terrible.
in chat.
fighting over who gets to moderate stream chat.
Oh.
Nick was being slow.
Mick is always slow.
Delays.
And-
You know
and-
what? I will drop by and I will take you to a racetrack and show you that I am not slow.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Well, I've seen the way you drive.
I'm not slow, I'm just heavy. I'm cursed to never win go-kart anything for that reason.
Oh yeah, because all the go-karts aren't... Like, there is no... Okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with regular kart racing, but they have, like, specific weight classes that you race in. And you have...
Weight classes?
Yeah, so it's fair.
Bro, I'm heavier than the goddamn go-kart. What weight class would I be in?
I'm sure they have a double
Large.
plus size class.
I don't even think I'd fit in that. I think you need a
That's
triple.
my point, Jersey. If you were racing Auntie in go-karts, Auntie would win automatically just because he's way skinnier than you.
Because it's like Luigi versus Donkey Kong. It's...
Exactly, that's why I used it as my example.
Mark,
So if you're in a competitive
Phil, it is your
it doesn't
friend.
make sense.
But it's already extruded, Brett.
you could.
I should have drawn it from the top in the first place, but I drew it
No,
from
you
the
can
front.
still. You can fill it features.
Oh, fuck, you can. Christ
Yes.
on the bike. Go away. I've done that. I did that on the goddamn pilot beam, and you didn't say anything. You probably
I
weren't there
wasn't
for that.
watching that week. I was on a bus. That's why everybody was like, "Oh, Brett, get a charger." I was on a bus coming home from work.
It's fine. Oh my god. Filet. Filet. Exit the sketch. Give me
filet.
the filet. Oh, speaking of Brett, I decided one of the ways that we were going to celebrate 100K on the channel.
Oh, did you?
Special episode of K37 Kitchen. I ordered
Baking a cake?
I ordered a A5 Japanese Wagyu ribeye.
Ooh.
So lucky train crew who gets to be there to have some of that day. Just saying.
I was kind of hoping we were gonna smoke an entire pig in 318 just to say we did.
We really should one of these days.
We've got it. Opportunity, it's right there.
I was looking at 318 today because I was on top of it, removing its dynamo. I wonder
Kinky.
why.
Where you were removing its dynamo?
Yeah, because it turns out the brand new rebuilt, beautiful, perfect dynamo rebuilt by the National Pile went off to Bernie's, and Bernie was like, well, this is fucked, this is fucked, this is fucked, this is fucked, but we could rebuild the armature, but everything else is bad.
Well, that's cool.
Including the body. So it was a brand new
That's
rebuild.
better.
Clean one owner.
That's better than what I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say that that 20's Dynamo junked out again. Which would be the third
Knock
one
on
this year.
wood when you say that.
I just did. I knocked.
We didn't.
On some wood.
We actually did not even fire up the Dynamo because she only got to 20 or 50 psi today.
Okay.
But yeah, she has 346's old Dynamo on right now, which is not happy.
Yeah.
But we're taking the auxiliary dynamos that we had are now at they're doing a weekend at Bernie's, and hopefully they will not imitate a dead man.
The auxiliary dynamos being 20's Dynamo and the actual spare No, 20's Dynamo and 91's Dynamo.
We had the 318's Dynamo, and then the one that was in the boxcar. I don't know which one that was.
I think the one in the boxcar is 20's.
So, anyways, those.
Where's
adventure?
Where's the actual spare then?
I
Oh.
don't know.
Questions I probably don't want to know the answer to for 500.
Anyway, Patrick McNeely. Hey, Jersey, which one is a higher chance of being finished? The entirety of the Cutoff or the never-ending Steam Loco project at the Whippany Railway Museum?
Oh, God. Oh boy. That is... Oh... Both of those are like, what's the equation where it never quite gets to zero? It's that.
Limit.
A limit of a function, yeah.
Yeah, limit of a function. Like, the Whippany...
Limit as time approaches infinity.
The funny thing with Whippany is they had a complete U.S. Army 060. All it needed was a new boiler. They've been waiting on the new boiler for, I think, almost 20 years now. And meanwhile, a railroad in South Jersey, SMS lines, didn't really have a place to run the 060. Most of the 060 was missing when they bought it, and they trucked it into New Jersey, put it in the shop, and now it's pretty much done in the time it took for just a new boiler on another one. Identical engines, one of them was missing like half its parts, the other one was all there. And the one in far worse shape is beating it to the punch by about quite a few years at very least.
An ancient locomotive project that will never reach completion that was brought into New Jersey in pieces. It's Jimmy Hoffa, the locomotive. Be right back.
Roger that.
Of course he leaves on that. And then there's the Cutoff, and like, there's actual work going on at the Cutoff. There's visible work happening on the Lackawanna Cutoff. There's a chance that actually goes all the way. You know, they're finally schmoving on that. Maybe not all the way to Scranton because there'd be a lot of bureaucracy involved in that. But if I were a betting man, I'd bet on the Cutoff, which is really a sad thing to say.
Okay, well, we'll just undo that extrusion that happened, or the extrusion.
Last I checked, you were a betting man.
I was a betting man.
All right, let's see. Andrew Frame, if you're going to cook a pig, make sure you do it on a Baldwin. 318 is a Baldwin. Jordan Freeman, speaking of go-karts, if the idiots ever go to Dollywood, I suggest going to one of the many go-kart tracks and racing each other. Leighton Brett and I are all about the same weight, so that would be fair. We'd all be slow, but be fun. And James King Lion, thank you. Yeah, so this has actually got like a much larger thing that we're going to have to make on there. Assembly. No, edit the part, you stupid git. All right. And now, actually, we don't need that fillet either. It's fine. Get rid of it. We're gonna put a circle on it now. Sketch. And sketch. Pow. If we're doing it this way, we do it like that. And then this and this become tangent. And this and that become tangent. And that fully defines the circle. And then we can fillet that after we extrude it. So then we just extruded boss base. And it looks like... It looks like it goes a little bit taller than the other pieces. And the other pieces look like they have a slight fillet to them as well. Why is this geometry so complicated?
Oh, come on. Now I'm getting people DMing me for the grander good. And just pictures of Rio Grande stuff. You guys are a cult out there, you know?
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean...
I wasn't the one that destroyed a New Haven caboose with a fucking poleaxe.
That wasn't my idea!
You
I
did
did it because it's funny, but it wasn't my idea.
Bullshit.
It wasn't my idea, seriously.
Bullshit.
I mean, there's totally not a video on my YouTube channel of me destroying an HO scale New Haven F7 or anything. Totally not.
Beautiful.
Studio 346 just no-you'd me about calling the CRM YouTube a government psyop.
It's fine. I guess we can fill up
Thank
that,
you, Studio
too.
346.
Andrew Frame!
Thank you.
Welcome to the Fireman. Good to see you back, my friend. Alex Towels, not to say y'all should use them, but did Montezuma have pulling pockets? No, it didn't, actually. It did not. It just had a oak beam. Where is fillet? There it is. Fillet. That's going to be a 3/4 inch fillet. Ka-tunk. There we go. Oh, actually, I wanted to fillet multiple things. I want to fillet that. I want to fillet that. Kapow. And then I want to fillet that, and I want to fillet that. Do we want to just stay at 3/4? Probably look pretty nice. Well, that does look pretty nice. And it looks like, if we look at the Brownsville engine, it looks like it's got a slight roundness to those pieces, so we'll do that too. Jace Bellerin, the grander good. The grander good. Also good to catch one of these lives. Usually have to watch the VOD Tuesday morning at work. Well, welcome. Glad you're here, friend. If I fill it right here, oh, does it want to fill it the whole thing? It does not know what to do. Okay, we can do that. And we want to do... Do we want to do a multi-radius? No. Profile. Conic radius? So many options. I don't know, we could probably just put a circular dealio on it. Thank you, Brett, for reminding me that day one of SolidWorks education at Colorado School of Mines taught us the fillet feature. I've sketch filleted a bunch of crap lately, but I haven't filleted anything else.
You knew you kept me around for some reason.
I guess so. Stetson Sieve, out of curiosity, any reason for using SolidWorks over, say, Fusion 360 or Inventor? Because, as I just said, Colorado School of Mines education... I spent several years doing SolidWorks stuff. I know SolidWorks. It's a pile of fucking heaping garbage, but most CAD software are piles of heaping fucking garbage.
As far as steaming garbage goes, SolidWorks is at least very capable steaming garbage.
Yep. And the Maker Edition is not inexpensive, but not expensive for what it is. It looks like
if you're in high school looking to model stuff, it's very expensive. If you've actually got an income, it's really not bad.
Yeah, $100 a year for CAD is not the worst thing in the world. It looks like they've got a fuck off big stud running through that. I'm gonna make the whole 13/16 and assume that it's got a 3/4 stud running through it or something. Matt Houston,
Coolio.
guess whose birthday is today? I guess it's Matt Houston's. It was somebody else's earlier, whose name I've already forgotten, because that is my
Glenn.
brain. Oh, yes, yes. In fact, it was Glenn. Somebody else said it too, I thought.
Glenn pinged me on Facebook earlier. I was like, oh, I guess we were born a day apart. Oh, I guess we were.
Oh god, are you guys like almost the same exact age?
I don't know about age, but yeah, we're a day apart in terms of the actual date.
That's pretty funny.
So is your birthday yesterday or tomorrow?
Yesterday.
Brett's
Happy
old.
birthday to you.
I'm old.
He said.
If Brett's old, what does that make you?
Shut up! Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Okay, so
He walks around and you can hear the rickety sounds of his bones.
That was me this morning, you asshole. Alright, and now we gotta make the two...
Chad is angrily shouting for a save.
I just did. I just did, chat. Stop being angry. Alright. Features. We want to stop editing a component. We want to now... We need to put the bit that goes on the bit. Insert components, new part. Okay. And this guy is going to be named... Yeah, yes, insert him. Now let me name it, damn you.
You doing the bosses next?
The bosses?
Are you doing bosses or dogs? The stream's behind.
Oh, the thing that the bolt goes through. So I assume that's the bosses.
The boss, yeah.
Okay, and we will. Oh, we're not. Why are we sketching already? We want to click, and we'll just sketch on that boy right there. Mm-hmm.
So, if you got a 3/4 inch bolt, why are you making a 13/16 inch hole?
Because it's a fucking smokebox door, and it's an amalgamated pile of shit that barely seals.
Because it's a casting and we don't really want to line bore the fucking smokebox hinges.
They're fucking.
It's a waste of time.
You don't wanna bore those out?
Tolerance. No. What tolerance?
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck. That's the
'Cause it's a
tolerance on a
waste of time.
smokebox door. You should have seen the hinges on the goddamn Santa Fe 3415.
I'm so glad you brought that up because we
door.
closed a smokebox with a goddamn front loader.
Yeah. How do you close the smokebox
Why?
door? You crash an excavator into it.
You close the
Strasbourg!
smoke
They figured
with
it
a lot
out!
of force.
Strasbourg tried it.
But the smokebox door is already closed. See, if the smokebox door
Yeah, but they wanted
was
to make it
open-
really tight. You know, you gotta get that good seal on it.
That's why you goober it with fucking silicon, or not silicon.
RTV.
RTV, thank you. High temp RTV and fiberglass tape.
Why do you need to close it with an excavator?
Because it was
Because
Is
the
it
hinges are
bent or
toleranced like shit.
Yeah. So here, our experience working on the 3415. What was the hardest things that we did? Let me see. I don't know. Closing the smokebox door and putting the tender and the engine together. What else did we
God.
do? Pulling superheater units, running up binders, climbing underneath the engine, lapping all this crap, did all this kind of technical shit. What was the
Did a
hard
wedge
stuff?
job on it.
The hard stuff was the goddamn tender and the smokebox door.
We came in and on the punch list for the day was, oh, we've got a couple of the locomotive to the tender. We're like, why is this even on the punch list? This will take
just
10
cake.
minutes.
And then 4
And then it took almost
hours
3
later,
fucking hours.
That was pain incarnate. It's like,
That
oh,
is
you
the
have to do
dumbest
what?
design.
The drawbar pin comes up from the bottom? Who said
Both
this
of
was a
them.
good idea? There's 2 drawbar pins? And they don't line up? And this thing, you have to have this amalgamated stack of fuck shit to connect it? What is going on? Yeah. That's some major stupidity right there.
How do you put the tender on the locomotive with 3 men, 2 bottle jacks, and a partridge and a fucking pear tree?
That is the truth. That is very much what happened.
With the smokebox door, with just like the hinges bent or something?
Heavy as fuck door, shitty as fuck hinges that had pivoting built into them. They weren't just hinges. You had to tighten them up and loosen them as they did things, and they didn't want to do that because, of course,
Why would you ever want that to be a thing?
Because
the door needs to come forward to slide off of the studs before it can hinge.
Yes.
Oh.
Because it's an
Yeah,
entire
this
face
wasn't-
door.
This wasn't
That
the
sounds
door,
like a
it was
pain.
the smokebox face. Yes, it was a pain.
Matt Houston says, happy belated birthday, Brett. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
Northwesterner says, any possibility of Zuma coming out to the NCO Society or any of the Western museums at some point? Well, considering you can haul it behind a diesel pickup. Whoever will have us and wants to help sponsor moving it, because, I mean, it's still going to be expensive to move.
We have made jokes about going to the Isle of Man with it, so California ain't that far away.
That is true. We did make jokes about going to the Isle of Man. They have 3-foot gauge. Be fun.
You gonna charter a cruise ship or something?
No, you just put it in
Put
a
it
fucking
in a container.
Literally,
No,
it's light enough that you could put it in a container and ship it via a shipping container.
I mean, the missed opportunity to actually put it on a cruise ship and call it the Monte Cruza.
Limes!
Why do you not like that as the surface? Open and closed contours. Oh, it didn't. It undid my contour selection.
This time with gloves.
This time with gloves.
So,
Noah Bloom, is
That-
Strasbourg building the boiler? No.
is the gloves
I will
thing...
not elaborate.
Yep. Yep. That's just going to be a no from me, dog. I would like to build the locomotive for less than $2 million, please.
And sometime this century, perhaps.
Yep. Pow. There we go.
Where does the gloves joke come from?
You weren't there for that. Oh, sad day for Mick.
Is that just an inside work joke?
It's an inside work joke of certain work that you're involved in, but it's fine.
It wasn't even a work joke. It was just a thing that happened at work, and then Discord made it a joke.
Discord of work made it a joke. It was not a joke before. It was just a thing that happened at work for work that you're involved in that then Tristan heard and then made into a running joke.
You know what? I'll just bring it up at the board meeting, and then we'll have to discuss it and put it on record.
Just no. Just no. Where did fillet go? Why did fillet go away? Do I have to be editing the component? Yes, I do. Okay. Oh,
No reference. I assume it will meet boiler code. Yes, you are correct. The intention is to make this locomotive certified under the FRA with a compliant 1472 and good certificate, all the Form 4 jazz, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. As soon as I'm done filleting these boys right here, probably like just a cute little 1/8-inch radius that we'll probably just put on a piece of bar stock with a freaking grinder. Yeah. You'll note that the boiler has very preliminary engineering done on it and nothing else because shocker, we don't have a copy of the boiler code because shocker, it's fucking expensive. But
Boiler
we will
codes.
get there.
How many thousands of dollars?
I'm not sure how many thousands of dollars it is. Why
I
would
kind of
you-
regret not bidding more on Johnny Rimsey's copy when that came up for auction.
It's several thousand just to get a copy of the boiler
Step
code?
in it.
Yeah, the NBIC code is pricey.
That's absurd. You'd think they'd put it online or something.
Yeah, you'd kind of think in this day and age, but it's not it's not like a government thing. It's a private society, I guess. It's a private organization that dictates and manages a lot of this stuff, and that's their primary source of income for managing and keeping it current and up to date.
Oh my god, we missed that much of a fucking triangle in the extrusion. That's why. Cool, SolidWorks. Cool. You know what I have to say to that? Burn it down. Fuck your circle. Oh, that's gonna make it mad. Never mind. Don't fuck your circle. You edit the delete.
Somebody's saying it's only $325. I recall it being much more expensive than that.
Oh, well. Versions and stuff in words.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of variability to it.
Oh, it is not playing nice because of that other... Why are you even referencing that other shit? SolidWorks? You know what? We're not going to fillet these for the sake of SolidWorks, because it literally is a smokebox boss. We can fillet them later.
Clarifying that $325 is for the inspection titles, which I'm not sure if they have a separate construction set.
Alex tells it's so light, someone needs to add ballast for tractive effort. That's not how that works, and also no. Jack Morgan, speaking of taking Zuma on vacation, Mallorca has 3-foot gauge on the Solar Railway, street running and a beautiful mountain pass. Well, I mean, international tour win, man. Let's see, we still have 14 minutes. I guess I could just, like, draw up the big bolts that would go in there. Because why not? Let's have some amount of detail done. New part. Yes, insert the part. Accept the fact that it's a new part. Now let me rename it.
Somebody else is saying 2023 boiler code complete set is $20,000 from the ASME.
That's what I.
That's a little.
Yep.
That's a little bit more what I'm recalling. Maybe NBIC is just for inspection.
Something FRA saying approved standards, and we could probably just grab some Drunken Railroads boiler standards and just go from there, and the FRA would be like, okay, send it.
You know, I was very much on board with that line of thinking, and that's very much not the impression I got from our friend that used to live in high places.
Ah, single tier.
If you'll recall that conversation.
I do recall a smidge of that conversation, but I thought it was our interpretation of the rule screams. SolidWorks, why the fuck did you move that over there? Oh, I don't want a 3/4 bolt. I want a 5/8 bolt. Or maybe
Bolt.
do I want... What did I make the hole? 13/16.
13/16. You want a 3/4 bolt?
I want a 3... Why did 3/4 look so wrong? I don't know. I guess it's fine. Cool. And we're gonna buy a 3/4 bolt, and it's gonna have a square head, and the square head is gonna be a dimension that we don't care about. What?
I'm trying to think. Aren't those usually like rivets? They have like the trapezoidal head on them.
Do they?
And then they're just like cotter pinned rather than threaded.
You might be right, actually.
I don't suppose it matters really, particularly at this stage, but
It almost looks like the one in the Brownsville engine's counterboard.
that'd be interesting.
Because I don't see the head of anything on top of that.
I'm not sure I love the counter boring.
It sounds like a unnecessary pain in the ass.
Mm.
For the sake of I only have so much more time, I'm gonna make a bolt.
There you go.
The answer? You make a bolt.
That don't work. Use more bolts.
No, not a hole. Stop it! That's how it works.
No reference. To be frank, you probably don't need the full code as that contains things like nuclear reactors and such. I mean, yes, that's true, but I don't think you can... I'm fairly certain you can't just go out and buy code as it pertains to steam locomotive boilers. You kind of have to buy the book. And 3900 class, yes. When we were talking about hinges and having to close it with a forklift and open it with a crane, that was the hinges for the entire smokebox front on 3415, the face hinges.
Yep. Jordan Freeman, you want to know a commercial that hurts my brain? California Psychics, because they have a freaking Brightline train in the commercial. That is a little strange. Bless you. Excuse me. Oh.
That's my line. I do find it funny how it's catching on, though.
I said it before you said it. You're not original.
You sure?
Yeah. Been saying
No
that
Bloom, any plans on when fundraising will start for construction? I mean, right now the project is totally theoretical. The first and probably the most important thing that we need to happen is it needs to have a place to actually exist first.
Indeed.
Currently, none of us have a place to put a locomotive, so that's got to happen before the locomotive can happen.
Why do you want to do the exact same extrusion, SolidWorks? Why won't you let me select other contours, SolidWorks?
Quackagate, why doesn't the museum have a boiler code book given how many they have? It's a little different for new construction of boilers versus just running maintenance. And additionally, most of the stuff that gets into like code repairs for our boilers, we contract out anyway. That's one of the big draws that something like the Durango and Silverton, or back when, God forbid, Wasatch Locomotive was in business, one of their big draws was they could do code repairs and save smaller organizations like the museum from having to buy the entire code book.
Yep, that's that do be how it is.
Not trying to hijack all the airtime, just trying to
No,
let you concentrate on SolidWorks.
That's perfect. People are asking good questions, so it's helpful.
Yeah, this is all. It's kind of difficult stuff to talk about, and they're difficult questions to answer because in a lot of cases the answers are very logical, and in other cases the answers are not very logical. It's just kind of that's the way it's done.
Would you buy your own copy of the book, or would contracting out the boiler be the thing that happens?
That's a discussion we haven't had.
That is a big asterisk.
That's a big discussion. For instance, we don't have the tooling to build the boiler. We would need to work with somebody that has a McCabe flanger anyway, and if somebody has a McCabe flanger, they probably have at least access to a code book. Hello, kitty cat. Hush, no.
What does that tool do?
The flange is kind of the rounded part where the sheets intersect. Pressure vessels don't like hard corners because stress concentration. And so in the construction of boilers, you need to take the flat sheets like the back head and bend the corners. And McCabe flanger is something that can bend compound curves to a specified dimension for the purposes of riveting and that sort of operation.
So kind of like a roller, but way fancier and way more expensive.
Yes, it's a roller that can do compound curves on 1/2 to 3/4 inch sheets of solid steel.
Yep.
Yeesh.
Yeah, McCabe's are pretty freaking cool. So. Jordan Freeman, the Brightline train is the one in Florida. That's why it hurts my head. They also have one in Texas now, I think. But yeah, anyway. And Nicholas Downs making the birds reappear. Thank you, friend. 50 gifted memberships.
We love the birds. The birds are great.
Yes. Why is this part fixed? How do you unfix a part in an assembly?
Push float. Right click and then float.
There we go. Oh, dear God. Right. There we go. Edit it. Figure we'll finish by making it able to talk, at least, you know. Ka-tunk.
It's Billy Bass, the locomotive.
And, let's see. Can we do I guess we could do a rotational limit, mate. To make it so that it
3900.
can't do the thing.
Do the thing.
Is that how you... How do you make it so that it can't collide with something? That's a thing.
I don't know that that's something you can do.
It is a thing in full SolidWorks. I don't know if it's a thing in Baby
Maker
Cat
Edition.
Maker Edition.
I'm pissed that it doesn't have like material defining even. Like it can't make certain things shiny.
What in the fuck did SolidWorks just break about everything?
Oh boy.
Is there not something where you can just limit the motion?
I'm sure there is. The question is where.
That just broke everything. Gonna Control Z a couple times.
I'm seeing hinges on the wrong side of the door.
SolidWorks! You fuck!
Oh, no.
You piece of garbage!
Control Z to save your life.
I've Control Z'd as far as I can.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna open... Because we saved right after we got that, so I'm gonna reopen the assembly.
Look at the time, Mark.
I know! That's why I'm reopening the assembly! I don't want to end with a fucked smokebox door!
Silence you.
Don't save. Okay. And then we open that. Hey, look! Fixed it!
Did it fix it? Thank God.
Nothing happened. You didn't see anything.
There are no
Cool.
fuck-ups in SolidWorks.
None.
SolidWorks is a perfect thing that always does exactly what you
Perfectly
want it
balanced. No
With
exploits.
no exploits.
to. There you go. Short stream today, but that's one of the more detailed components that I've made on the engine. Which is kind of funny because everything else has been very macro, I guess, for the most part. But that looks cute. It's a nice thing. But got to jump off. We've got our meeting, Century Steam. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We will catch you again next Monday, of course, with Montezuma Mondays. Maybe another live stream in the middle of the week. I don't know. So, anyway. Destin TLE, you feel this pain as a student learning SolidWorks. The joke in the class is that Solid doesn't work. That's everyone's joke who uses it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. See y'all next time.